Forget smart drugs. The single best way to enhance your cognitive powers and become more focused is to get more sleep. And forget supplements. The single best way to accelerate your muscle gains and improve your strength is to get more sleep. There are countless articles out there that detail life hacks and other strategies that you can use to sleep better. These range between lying on spiky mats, which is nonsense, taking ZMA, which doesn't do much, to eating honey before bed, which might just be helpful but frankly is negligible. More efficient then is to look at some small, simple changes you can make to your routine that will have a major impact on the quality and quantity of your sleep. There's that Kaizen again. Okay, number 1. Take a hot shower or bath before bed. This helps to encourage the production of growth hormone and melatonin, and it also helps to relax the muscles, far more effectively than taking the valerian root. As your body cools down, you'll sink into a much deeper, a more restorative sleep, and you also save yourself time in the morning. Number 2. Open the window ajar. We sleep much better when our environment is slightly cool. Let some cool air into your room, but make sure you can keep warm with your duvet. Number 3. Go for a run or a walk in the morning that day. Getting more exercise helps you to sleep more, as does getting fresh air and vitamin D. You can also supplement with vitamin D in the morning, and if you live in the UK like me, then there's a good chance you're deficient. Number 4. Take half an hour or even 15 minutes before bed to wind down and do some reading. Avoid looking at mobile screens or computers if possible, as the light from these increases cortisol production. I experimented with wearing blue blocking shades before bed for a while, but truth be told, you look like a twit and it's pretty impractical, especially if you're in a relationship. Taking a little while out to unwind will help you forget the stresses of the day while getting your body into a good sleep mode. Number 5. Most important of all is simply to prioritize your sleep and to give it the attention it deserves. Stop watching YouTube videos until 2 a.m. in the morning and start getting into a routine. And finally, number 6. Of course, you also need to look after the environment that you're sleeping in. Comfortable pajamas and duvet covers, along with curtains that actually block out the light and an absence of blinking LEDs, will make a huge difference. Meanwhile, I highly recommend investing in some kind of daylight alarm, such as those made by Lumi. These are designed to emit a light that is more similar to sunlight in terms of the wavelength, and it will come on gradually as it approaches the time that you set the alarm. This gradually rouses you out of sleep, and if all goes well, you'll wake naturally before the alarm goes off. As a result, you'll feel significantly more awake and well-rested. Even if it takes the alarm to wake you, though, you'll still be waking up in a light environment for a much lighter state of sleep. You'll feel far less sleep inertia, and you'll really notice the difference when you're forced to wake up without it. This is especially effective for those who struggle with SAD, which is seasonally affective disorder, or SAD. And trust me, this is one change that will really make a highly noticeable difference. Just think about the difference you're now making. Previously, you were sleeping deeply, at which point a loud alarm would suddenly startle you awake. This would jolt you out of bed with a start, and you wake up into a pitch-black room and have to drag yourself out of bed. Instead, you're now coming round gently, waking up gradually and naturally as the room gets lighter, and then being nudged over the edge by the actual alarm. And when you open your eyes, the room is light and you're ready to go. For those of you who struggle to get out of bed without hitting the snooze button, a daylight alarm can help. If you need a little extra help, then try waking up in stages. Instead of forcing yourself to leap out of bed, agree that you'll just prop yourself up into a more upright position and turn on the light when the alarm sounds. If you must hit the snooze, then that's fine once, but the second time it goes off, then you're going to grab a book, your phone, or something else that will prevent you from dozing off. absent-mindedly look through this, then you should find that you're awake enough to get up. Getting up slowly is not only healthier, it's much easier to do when you're feeling low on willpower. If you find you still can't wake up effectively in the morning, then it may be that you're struggling with a number of potential issues. If you have a scratchy throat or you feel ill, then here are some possible causes and solutions. The first is an allergy. You can develop hay fever at any age, and symptoms that are unnoticeable during the day can be much worse during the night when you've been breathing in dander or pollen all night. Unfortunately, most antihistamines will leave you feeling groggy too, so you'll need to find another way to clean your environment. Mold poisoning can lead to a number of unpleasant short-term and long-term effects. If you have mycotoxin-producing black mold, it can even give you asthma or eczema. Even just breathing in mold spores from less harmful types can leave you with a scratchy throat and a poor night's sleep. If you notice the air is smelling damp, then consider calling in a mold remediation company. Then it could be behind the walls or under the floorboards. Then there's dehydration. It's common to get dehydrated during the night, so make sure you drink enough before you fall asleep and have some water to hand. If you struggle with this one, you may want to consider trying chia seeds, which absorb several times their mass worth of water. And finally, you might have low blood sugar. Breakfast is so named because you're breaking your fast. As you can imagine, going 10 hours without eating can leave you a little groggy, so it's possible you're struggling with low blood sugar. Something that is thought to help this is a spoon of honey, which contains both slow-release and fast-release sugar, providing you with a steady supply of energy throughout the night. This might seem a bit of a random tangent, but it really isn't. Many of us wake up in the morning feeling subpar but aren't quite sure why. Often it comes down to factors in the environment or in your overall health like these, and as we've seen, it should be relatively easy to solve them in many cases. Finally, if you struggle getting to sleep because you can't stop your mind racing, then address the way you're thinking about sleep. There's a lot more to learn about CBT, and it really is a fantastic tool, but for now, all you need to know is that it involves changing the way you think about a problem. In this case, you're going to stop putting pressure on yourself to sleep. If you feel stressed because you're not asleep yet, you'll work yourself up and be far less likely to be able to drift off. Instead of getting frustrated, focus on the opportunity to just relax and enjoy lying down to have a think or feel free from the pressures of the day. Even if you're just relaxing, this will still offer you some recuperative benefit. What you'll find, though, is that the moment you manage to enjoy just relaxing, you'll fall asleep. Don't force yourself to drift off, yet that's an oxymoron. Just get comfortable, enjoy the moment, and let your body take care of the rest when you really need to drift off.